correct. The only regret I do have, though, is I didn't use a licensed doctor. Times are crazy, though, right now, isn't it? Times are crazy. There's politics everywhere. You can't get away from it. Even my shampoo bottle told me to apply a liberal amount. And so actually, people are crazy. There was a guy at the bar last weekend saying he was going to beat the shit out of me. And I said that would be great. Because this laxative is not working. Honestly, people are saying things that they regret though. Like, even myself, I'm guilty in that. I was at the store the other day, and the cashier asked me if this would be paper or plastic. I said, lady, I don't care. Just put all the money in the bag. Wow, these lights are really bright, actually. She is right. It's like I'm going into like E.T. right here, going off into space. My God. No matter where I go, it follows me. It's like my ex-wife. Jeez. But, so, the other thing I wanted to say about too is like, if you look at the news, you know, prescription abuse has been pretty bad lately as well. For instance, I was at my pharmacy drive-thru, and the pharmacist told me that she couldn't fill my script because of an error. I said, what error? And she said, this is McDonald's. But we're still getting Percocets. Speaking of jobs, how many of you guys ever like your jobs? Any of you guys like your jobs? Some of you? Some of you? God. I read. Wow, you're very excited, sir, about that. What do you do?
I work for Longbarn too. Woo!
Did you come on your day off?
Yeah.
You must really like this place. I remember at an old job that I worked at, my boss came up to me and told me that someone defecated all the bathroom walls, and I either A, clean up, or B, let go. I said, well, I already quit. And good luck cleaning up my parting gift. How many of you guys are married out there? Can I get a clap for my married people out there? Someone booed. Who's booing? You booed? What about your mustache? Sir, you're going with the pedo look? What's going on? I don't know what to say, sir. They wanted me to ask you about your mustache. I don't know. Are you Tom Selleck? Is that what you're going for? Tom Selleck. That's the best you're going to get tonight, Tom Selleck. All right? Oh my God. So I've been coming up on almost 14 years of marriage with my wife here soon, in a few months. One person, thank you. No one else gives a shit. Fuck you. Go ahead and give a shit about your happiness. But so I was laying in bed the other night thinking about this, and I said to my wife, I was like, oh my God, honey, I'm so thankful and blessed that I have you in my life. You're my soulmate. You mean everything to me. And she replied back, you too, buddy. So obviously the romance is in my house. We're actually trying to spice some things up recently in our sex life, and she asked me, hey, can you send me a dick pic? I said, all right, so I did. She texted back, what is this? You sent me a picture of your face. Aww. I get them all on that. Thank you. You're better than that. I'm going to give you my wife's number. You can call her and tell her that. But I will say that if you saw my wife, though, to be honest with you, you'd be like, oh, how did you get her? I'll be honest with you. It was love at first, Stockholm Syndrome. Educated, thank you very much. You know about that. Yes. So we have two kids, two boys, I should say. And I tell you what, when you have kids, it gets harder to do things you used to do. Like, when I go to the strip club now, they tend to get weird looks when I ask for the PG version. Because I couldn't secure a sitter. My man, he likes that one.
I've been there, buddy.
Have you been there? Thank you very much. Close your eyes, just twerk it. Does money grow from that? Yes, son, it does. But I will say my wife, she did breastfeed both her kids, and I remember one time in public, when she was breastfeeding, a guy shouted out to her, I find that pornographic and disgusting. I mean, come on. Please, my wife has the right to allow me to have a drink if I'm thirsty. It's personal. So I grew up, I had a kind of an odd childhood. Like, there was a sex scandal at the school that I went to, and it was deeply personal to me. Because I was homeschooled. I tell you what, that principal was looking for tenure somewhere else. I'm kidding, my dad's great. He took me hunting once. He wore orange, I wore antlers. My dad did like to take me camping as a kid growing up, and we always went during the fall Halloween season. And he would sit me by the campfire. He would like to tell me scary ghost stories, like, you know, the man with the hook hand, and the disappearing lady in white, and monogamy. Ties in, thank you. But I will say, I loved trick-or-treating and growing up as a kid, especially when I was a teenager, because we always went to nursing homes because they gave out the best stuff. Oxycontin. Is that relatable here? Got a lot of laughs. But I will say, I love horror movies, and one thing I noticed about horror movies is they're always set in places like old houses, cemeteries, jails, and hospitals, but never set in like a practical place that's scary, like Walmart. Was that a zombie? No, a meth head. Speaking of bad decisions, be careful when you get tattooed on you. I have a friend of mine grew up who married his high school sweetheart, Daisy Nicole Richards, and he got DNR tattooed across his heart. Yeah, be careful with that. Also, I should say, be careful too, to make sure your tattoo artist knows how to spell. My buddy's an aspiring rap artist. He got tattooed on him, World's Greatest Rapper. The tattoo artist got the extra P in rapper, so it just says World's Greatest Raper. He has a kid now. That's got to be really awkward when you take your shirt off with watermarks. If I am a family guy, if I just found out my grand has Cherokee in her. Yeah. She was hit by a Jeep. I like corny dad jokes, alright? Screw you. I have kids. I can like those jokes. God. But my brother, he's 50 years old, single, never married. Until my parents threw in the towel this past Christmas because they gave him his first sex doll. That was an awkward gift picture moment. He could have waited till everyone left. But it is getting harder as a parent, to tell your kids the lines about the holiday season, honestly. We had a lot of questions this past Christmas season when we saw a red nose on deer laying beside the road. That one was true, actually. A lot of questions, which is exactly why we stopped giving kids Lucky Rabbit's foots and kids Easter baskets. A lot of questions. But as a parent, how many people here have kids, by the way, by chance? Show of hands. Or claps, either one. You're out tonight, you're doing it. You are doing it. Congratulations. Round of applause for these guys here out tonight. You got it. My oldest here, we decided it was time to tell him the truth about Santa Claus. To tell him the truth. What? It's time. It was time. So it was time to tell him the truth about Santa Claus. And me and my wife, we're responsible adults, so we decided the most proper way to do this, decided which parent was to tell the truth through rock, paper, scissors. And I lost. So I go walk to my son's room, and he's coloring Santa Claus, listening to Christmas music, and everything, and I'm just like, oh my God, seriously. So I walk in like, Jack, I gotta tell you something, buddy. I want you to hear from me before you hear from anybody else. He goes, turns around with his beautiful brown eyes, and he said, yes, Daddy? Well, you're making this for kids at school. I want you to hear from me first. So Santa Claus. Yeah, Daddy? I think I handled it well here. Just hear me out. Santa, he might be black. You know? He might be black. We may hear the school talk about Santa Claus, and he might be black. In fact, let's take that picture you right now, Santa Claus, and draw the right shade. Asian Jesus. All right, I'll leave you guys with this last piece here. Sometimes when you do fun things with your kids, they can backfire on you. And this is what I mean by this. So we're playing a game with my son. I was just going like that. He was pretending like it was wind. He was falling backwards, things like that. And I stopped, and he started crying. I'm like, what are you crying about? He's like, you never want to blow me, Daddy. Why won't you blow me? I was like, whoa. That stays here at home. We don't say it like that. No, kids, they talk at school, right? So I get a call from the principal. We have an issue. What is that? Your son is saying that you blow him. I'm coming in to explain this. So I come into the school, I talk to the principal, I go like that, and tell him the whole entire thing. It's a big misunderstanding. We laugh about it, okay? So I get a few hours later, I get a call from his teacher. And I was like, she's like, we have a problem. I'm like, what's the problem? She said, well, some of the things that your son's saying. I'm like, what is he saying now? He said, well, I asked him how it went. He said, well, after Daddy explained everything, he blew the principal. That is parenting in a nutshell. Fuck me. All right, guys, thank you very much. My name is Scott Kelley.